Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about the Venus in Virgo 2014 transit part 2, and I'm going to be talking specifically about how this transit may impact the signs Aries through Virgo. So that would be Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Virgo, and yes, it pertains to the Sun, Moon, and ascendant of those signs. Now, the first sign, Aries, the 6th house, is what is emphasized in this transit, the 6th being work, service, employment. So it's possible that maybe this person, if unattached, may meet a potential or prospective romantic partner during this period at work, maybe. Perhaps there may be a greater love as far as work and terms of looking for emphasizing the details, scrutinizing them, maybe more so than usual. This could be possible that Aries will find that they will be working, maybe putting more emphasis on work in general during this period, and have a certain more of a love for it than usual. There might be something where perhaps the values at work are more emphasized than usual during this period, and I guess the one danger here is just to avoid perhaps being overly judgmental of co-workers during this time for Aries. Now for Taurus, the 5th house would be emphasized during this period, and this could be a time where many Taurians enjoy things of an analytical, intellectual love or amusement during this period, such as like brain teasers or puzzle books, doing something that challenges maybe the mind, but has great pleasure in doing so. This could be a time where romance is perhaps emphasized in general, things of fun, amusement, the creativity may be emphasized more at this time. This person may, Taurus, if they're unattached, may look for, be in search of love at this time, but may be maybe overly, I guess you could say, maybe scrutinizing with details as far as this goes, or be maybe looking for maybe that perfect romantic partner where it may not quite exist, or perhaps being judgmental of one if he or she is attached at this time. So it's just important not to be overly particular and very imprecise as far as the qualities that you're looking for, because you're not going to find that perfect romantic partner really ever. I don't think. There's always going to be flaws with everybody. Now for Gemini, the 4th house is what would be emphasized during this period, and this could be Gemini may be be more inclined to do more work around the house during this period. If there's any repairs that have been left unattended to, this person may even do the most painstaking tasks at home. There might be a greater love for home during this period for this transit. Perhaps a family member introduces Gemini to a prospective love. If Gemini is unattached in this period, there may be more of a propensity to be judgmental and critical of the home and family members during this period, unfortunately, at this time. There might be a love for doing some things that require, I guess you could say, analysis, and things of perhaps an intellectual nature at home, perhaps on their computer, as an example. Now for Cancer. Now with Cancer, the 3rd house is what's emphasized during this Venus in Virgo transit. And during this period, Cancer might have more intellectual, analytical communications with others. There might be more of a tendency to maybe be critical, perhaps in what they, as far as their communication toward a loved one, or they might be more critical of a loved one's maybe communication or perhaps lack of during this period. Cancer might put more emphasis into, well, we could say things that are connected with communication and writing, and really looking at the fine print on documents. Perhaps there might be, quote-unquote, more enjoyment doing this than usual and scrutinizing the details. This would be very true if, say, if a Cancer is maybe writing a book, for example, and they're at the tail end of it, and this might be the time when they're really reading the fine print of their own work and scrutinizing the details of their writing. Well, next sign up for Leo. The transit will be emphasizing the second house of income and values, and obviously this Leos may put a little bit more, quote-unquote, love into generating income at this time. Maybe Leo might, if working one job, might take on the task of working two. There might be more, as far as their income goes, this might be a time where Leo is sitting down and analyzing maybe a budget at this point in time for his or herself, and really scrutinizing the, I guess you could say, the fine print or the details that are involved with maybe expenditures, say, on a month-to-month basis. Perhaps Leo might, if unattached, may find love somehow in that realm where they're making money. And in this point in time, obviously with Venus in Virgo, there might be a tendency to be maybe somewhat a little bit more self-critical of what of their own, Leo's own values, and maybe in what they're doing as far as generating an income. So I think that's where the danger would be for Leo during this transit. Now, last but not least, we talk about Virgo, and Venus will be emphasizing the first house of Virgo during this transit. And when I look at this, there obviously will be more attention paid to the appearance of during this time for Virgo. This might be a time where Virgo may emphasize their outward look, might do, could even be connected with working out, doing something to beautify their appearance. Virgos are generally very meticulous anyway, but with this transit, this might be something where they're really paying strong attention to detail and concern with how they look to others. And this will be really a strong first impression that others may make on them during this period. And their outlook of life, Venus is connected with relationships, so maybe a lot of people, acquaintances and friends, will pick up very strongly on Virgos during this period, that maybe their relationships are more emphasized. And the danger with this transit is that maybe Virgos might be more judgmental and critical of themselves during this time, more than ordinarily they would be. So anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for the Venus in Virgo 2014 transit part 2, and stay tuned next time where I'll be talking about the Venus in Virgo 2014 transit part 3, where I'll be talking about how the transit will impact the signs Libra through Pisces, which of course will be Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone. Because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.